I'm Jessica here at Nautilus Mission Control at the Inner Space Center in Rhode Island. And we're joined today by the Chief Scientist for Leg 7 of the expedition, Steve Carey, who's currently in the studio on the ship. So welcome, Steve. Thanks so much for being with us today. And I know that today is the first day of this leg off the coast of Italy. Could you tell us a little bit about why we're in this area and why it's scientifically interesting?
Hi, Jessica. It's nice to be with you today. Yeah, this area of called the Straits of Sicily is a very interesting area. It's a small rift basin between Sicily and the North African continental margin. And this rift basin has been the site of some recent volcanic activity. So there are a number of submarine volcanoes in the area that have erupted in the 1800s. In fact, the last eruption in this area was 1891, just off the island of Pantelleria. So some of these submarine volcanoes are fairly close to the surface, and they pose a hazard to people living in the area. So we're here to explore these submarine volcanoes, to collect some samples, to look at the magma types, and to look for hydrothermal venting.
And are we going to any places that no one's ever been before?
Yes, there's just northwest of the island of Pantelleria, there was a recent discovery of about 30 new volcanic cones that lie in water depths anywhere between about 100 and 400 meters. And these really weren't known until the recent mapping's been done. So these are relatively unexplored. So we'll be going there for the first time and seeing what these small volcanic features are like.
And what kind of biology and geology can we look forward to seeing in this area?
Well, one of the things we're really interested in the eruption that took place in 1891 produced these giant lava blocks that actually floated to the sea surface. They were erupted from a couple hundred meters water depth, but they had so much gas in them that they actually rose to the surface and then exploded when they reached the surface. So once they became water saturated, they sank back down to the seafloor. So we're interested in looking at these geological features, the stuff that was produced by this eruption. And all these small volcanic cones provide nice little enclaves for the development of biological organisms. They usually have hard substrates which corals and other types of fish love to congregate around. So we've got a whole series of these little cones to the northwest of Pantelleria that should be really interesting both from a biological and a geological perspective.
And will we be taking any samples during this leg, and what are we looking for in those samples?
There's a couple different kinds of samples that we'll be collecting. The first type will be the standard rock samples, samples of lava that erupted on the seafloor, and we'll collect those with the Hercules arm like we usually do. The other kind of sample that we'll be taking is fluid samples. We have special gas-type fluid containers that can be used with Hercules, and we also have the capability of collecting gas from the seafloor as well.
Well, thank you so much, Steve, for taking the time to talk to us today.
You're welcome, Jessica. Good to be with you again.
Again, I'm Jessica here at Nautilus Mission Control. Stay tuned at nautiluslive.org. And now back to the action on the ship.